Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 reasons as to why World of Tanks Blitz literally sucks. Now, I'm going to be making a video tomorrow on the top 5 reasons as to why World of Tanks Blitz is great, to have an objective opinion, because let's be honest, sometimes Blitz is great, sometimes it's garbage, and there's always a middle point in this. So today's video is about why Blitz sucks. Tomorrow I'm going to make a video on why Blitz is great. So I'm going to have the top 5 reasons while having a juicy 7k gameplay in the background. So yeah, number 1 is literally RNG won't be on your side. This game is heavily dependent on RNG, and sometimes RNG will literally go against you in every single way possible. You're not going to hit your shots, your alpha won't be as high enough, you're going to constantly low roll, you're constantly not going to penetrate the enemy because you're going to have a low penetration roll, etc, etc. You're not going to hit any of your shots, the enemy always has a high roll on you. Let's be honest, we all have these days where the game simply isn't going, and I bet this does happen quite often rather than not. It probably happens a few times a week, maybe a few times every month, but regardless, this always happens in a session or two, and this is probably one of those annoying things about the game, is simply that RNG will not be on your side statistically. Everything you do will be against you, and you're going to suck a big fat PP because of it. So yeah, that's the first reason. I think a lot of you can agree. And number 2 is matchmaking will also kill you. That's another thing unrelated to RNG, but rather matchmaking. Sometimes you're going to have 3 mediums on your team, and the enemy team is going to have 2, and you're going to win that game. Sometimes, however, you're only going to have 1 medium/light, and the enemy team will have 2 or 3 medium/lights, and they're going to win the medium side, and then they're going to come around and smack your heavies straight in the side. Of course, this happens as well, and this is when matchmaking does go heavily wrong. Sometimes one team has 1 extra heavy, or maybe 2, and then your team is definitely screwed. And of course, this matters more in regards to mediums and lights. In some maps, for example, the opposite team has 3 tank destroyers, for example on Dead Rail, while the other team only has 1 or 2, and this can play a huge role in the game because some maps are super light/medium dependent, while some are super TD dependent. So again, it really depends on matchmaking, and sometimes matchmaking will absolutely kill you. That's why Blitz sometimes sucks as well, because of the RNG firstly, and then the matchmaking. At number 3, we're going to have ghost shells. Let's be honest, ghost shells are one of the most annoying things in Blitz, and they are a major reason as to why Blitz sucks. You shoot a tank and your shot literally just goes through the tank. That is one of the most annoying feelings in the whole game, and I really don't want anyone witnessing or feeling that quite often. But regardless of that, this still happens in Blitz, and it's a huge problem that Wargaming can't really fix. So yeah, I really want this issue fixed, but no matter how much we talk about it, Wargaming haven't really gotten up to it, so there's not much we can really do. At number 4, we are definitely going to have crates. Now, I know crates are super annoying for most players, and I wanted to include it in this list because a lot of players really hate Blitz because of crates. And sometimes a new tank comes out, for example, something someone has been anticipating for so long, and then they have to wait another year until this tank becomes available for a gold, because let's be honest, not everyone has the money to spend on crates. On top of that, crates are really manipulative, and they kind of force younger players or newer players to kind of try them out, and of course most of the time they're unlucky, and it's a very toxic part of the game, which I really do not like. We should have it just like in the old days where you could just buy a tank for gold when it comes out. I think that would have been great, but I can't really influence anything Wargaming does in this regard. And of course, lastly, I've talked about this before, and that is not really updating the game in regards to HD models as soon as possible. Now, this is a huge thing I've already talked about a few times, and I really think Wargaming should try and update the HD models as much as possible, because they are quite slow in this regard. They're adding a few every single month, and that's just not how to do things. So yeah, I've made a separate video on this. So yeah, this was my top 5 tips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and with that, happy is out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.